The man noticed several ants carrying something for him. Suddenly, a suit of armor appeared on the ground. The ants then formed a countdown sequence. Realizing what was happening, the man quickly donned the armor. By the time the guard came to check on him, the man had vanished. He had shrunk to the size of an ant and escaped. Scott slipped through a crack in the door and successfully escaped from prison. A swarm of ants surrounded him, and a flying ant landed right beside him. Scott climbed onto the ant's back. Meanwhile, the police had mobilized their forces to capture Scott. They had no idea Scott was already inside the police car. Suddenly, a gust of wind blew Scott into the air. He flew into a bus and got tangled in a woman's hair, then was flung onto a newspaper and finally tossed out the window. The hot steam rising from a manhole cover blew him up to an altitude of 10,000 meters. Scott instantly felt dizzy and began to fall. Scott woke up to find himself lying in bed. The area was swarming with ants, but the ants all made way for him. Scott had become the new Ant-Man. The previous Ant-Man, Dr. Hank, found Scott and asked him to retrieve the wasp suit. Scott shrank himself down and jumped into the sewer. When he reached the pipe opening, he immediately commanded the ants to pull him up. Scott successfully entered the laboratory building. He then made his way to a storage room. Inside lay the wasp suit. Scott tied a silk thread to it and jumped down. Suddenly, the wasp suit shot backward. A massive head suddenly appeared, and the gang leader snatched the wasp suit.